Welcome back, YouTube, to my Harvest Moon DS 100% playthrough, part 57. I kinda made it a little farther. Not too awful far, but far enough to make, you know, a difference in giving gifts and trying to talk to Leia again. Sadly, the news on that front is that since I did miss 2 weeks of talking to her, one, because I just walked away from my game, forgot about it, came back at the worst time possible for everything, including missing talking to Leia. I don't know yet if I like this lighting. And I blame the fact that I wanted to have Valentine's colorings, I guess. I guess it's fine for now. We'll see. It's just so red right there by my mic. It is so incredibly red. Anyway, enough about the lighting. It's fine. It's like Valentine's. It's like two Mondays of this. Don't worry, guys. We'll be back. We'll be back. So yeah, by missing 2 weeks of talking to Leia, I did sadly get down to an orange heart. But I'm willing to still see if we can get her to spawn in today in hopes that maybe the one time that I talked to her, I didn't give her a gift. Hopefully just the one time of talking to her reminded her that I do kind of still care and that she'll show us the red dialogue. So then that way you guys can still see it. If not, then, you know, I tried. It's not going to be that big of a deal if she doesn't show it because we don't need her anymore. As bad as that sounds, we don't. I am still giving the medicine. It is just the easiest way to go about it. I do plan on having the harvest sprites help me tomorrow. I'm gonna buy them out tomorrow to do fishing just to get my money back up. Because buying all this medicine is quite a lot, but it also doesn't matter that much to me because I've got plenty of money and plenty of things done, so it's not that big of a deal. I think I'll still try to make the effort to have all my seeds up to level 4, which will, as long as I remember, my tomatoes are at level 5 technically. So everything outside of the tomatoes will be 4, hopefully, by the end of this year. Hopefully. Probably not the trees. Not the trees by the end of this year. By next year. Oh my god, I'm not serious. This is bothering me. I'm so sorry. I'm lowering that. That did seem to help. It probably won't, honestly. Everything is so freaking bright. Not my light. My light's not bright. The game's bright. The lights back there are bright. I can't win. Anyway. We don't need to win. Also, this day means nothing to us. This is the day where you should be receiving chocolates from the girls that you have been friendly with, but the two girls that still like us and are not married, up to, I think it's the blue heart that you need in order for it to work. They, you know, let's just say, they're either married or don't like us, or no. The regular ones are married, and the special ones, the two that we do have up high enough, they can't give me their gifts because my mailbox don't work. I love having so many festivals that are just nothing burgers. Like, I'm hoping that when we do get the kid, we'll be able to see the one event that the kid kind of interrupts. It is in winter, I will not spoil it, but they do kind of interrupt the event or bother the person that's like in charge of it. I think I'm fighting the auto-ness of my camera. The only thing that will solve this is if I decide to not have... Okay, that's kind of helping. I don't know if it'll stay. Probably not. Because my camera is still set on auto brightness to a thing, but maybe that'll help. I don't know. Maybe I should stop trying to get it to be fixed here, because don't worry, the sheep got watered. Alright. Oh yeah, obviously the mushrooms haven't grown any farther than they had last time. These cows have been pissing me off. I really should write down which one does anger me the most. I can definitely tell you it is not the brown cow. The brown cow has done nothing to me. The brown cow has been lovely, amazing, awesome. There is, however, a really annoying marble cow. And I don't know which one it is, because I haven't been paying that close attention. And I would say if it's whichever one gives me the crap today. But again, I don't think that that'll be true. And watch, because I'm threatening it, it'll do what it's supposed to do. You know what? It's probably that one. Well, also, that's the other thing, too, is that I'm not talking to the cows when I go to milk them. So I forget who's who and where's who. So when I do finally get to the milking stage, I've definitely plumb forgotten on which one is which. That doesn't help. Oh, but a part of me wants to say that things have been going a little bit faster since I haven't needed to take care of the yams outside of what's in my basement. I would say things have gotten a little bit faster, but I don't think it's gotten really that much of a difference to where it still takes like 20 days to do this. But it is what it is, right? Alright, Kyogre. Thank you. Nope, of course. Of course it would be Corsola, the one that walks away. Other than that, no new news. I haven't gotten the 5,000. I don't know, again, I don't know if there is a celebration or a gift from the Witch Princess for reaching 5,000 gifts. I don't know if there is one. If there is, we haven't even reached that yet. But, to be fair, before I had gotten very serious about giving gifts, just as another reminder, that I did make it out to where I would have a whole year of giving gifts. Of how many that I'm giving now, it would be about a year before we would reach the 10,000. So it'll happen a little bit sooner since I was so close to giving the 1,000 since I did my math. But hey, it's helpful. It's grand. I'm gonna go nuts. Oh, I've also, like, really cut down my time in here. Because I don't care if I'm here, like, in here for very long. I don't think it should be making that much of a difference. I don't think it should be. It's just, I'm basically just sitting in these long enough to make it to where I'm not as bad, like, built up, or low on stamina and built up on fatigue to where if for some ungodly known reason sleeping all day does not actually help with the stamina and fatigue, I've at least done something right. We are also going to be standing around. Oh. Never mind, it's not a day to give gifts, so I highly doubt we'll be seeing I highly doubt Leia will be available to us. Because if things... Well, it doesn't happen on the beach. So we might have a chance. And you sleepy bastard. Okay. Let's go get rid of a little bit more fatigue. And then I guess we'll just sit at the beach and wait. Hey, you know what? I did leave this on a Tuesday. Granted, I knew it was going to be a holiday Tuesday. But I did leave this on a Tuesday with high hopes that we'd be able to maybe see Leia. Maybe her be at the Red Heart, even though I only talked to her I only talked to her the one day after. The 1 week that I could actually talk to her. So, YouTube. Back to the whole, do you think I'm gonna have enough wool? Again. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. If you think I'm gonna be able to shear enough wool before the end of the year, let me know in the comments. If you think it's gonna take longer than a year, also let me know. We'll see who wins. You know, realistically though, looking at the numbers that we looked at last time, which I'm not gonna look at again, we looked at it last time. You guys can make a guess either from that or go find it in the video. I'm kind of placing my bets on next year. Not at the end of next year, but next year. I will probably fast forward this because it takes so long and there's nobody to talk to for us. Nobody. Oh, you know what? I mean, like, I could go check the seeds, but checking the seeds stops time. Because the seeds are inside my house. It is so weird to have the problem of being inside my house. That being an issue here. It is truly weird. It's also weird not to really have anything... Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. It's also weird not to have anything... Not to have anything opened up on my computer. Like the webpage to look at the girls' gifts, the girls' events, or even have my sprite thing opened up, because there's no point. There's only 2 more sprites that we need. One is shearing wool, and the other is shipping 100,000 yams. Oh! If you guys know about the crops and things, or even the animals, which one would you rather have done? Would you have gone for the yams too? If you have done the 101 sprites, would you... Or, yeah, if you have gotten the 101 sprites, including the one that you need to ship 100,000 items of one thing, would you have done the yams, or would you have done something different? Something with the trees, other crops, the animals. Because it needs to be something that you produce on the farm. Just as a reminder, it needs to be something that you produce on the farm if it's not something that you did before. And maybe we'll try to give her... You know what's going to be even more hilarious is that I'm going to try to fish. I am not going to get a big fish. And I am... Cool. I'm not going to get a big fish, and even if I were to give it to her, she would not be Red Heart. Or she won't even be here if I do catch a big fish. That would also be my luck. Or I'll just never catch anything, because everything's just too fast for me. I'm too slow. Alright, fuck it. I'm not wasting stamina on this shit. Absolutely not. I'm going back to sleeping. I'm going back to waiting. I mean, to be fair, again, I wouldn't really be in this predicament if I didn't walk away from my game, letting the time run out. But, like, look at this. Look at how long it takes for the time to run out. So I can finally get somewhere. It's so bad. Do, do, do. Quiet. Always quiet. Almost there. This will be the only day during this part that we will try for the Leia. And it is going to be the last time unless I am magically around a Tuesday to where we could see her. That's it. Well, technically, you know, by the time we see her, the festival will be done. The festival will be done. So she might be here because the festival will be done. Well, I said that before. I mean, like, I thought that before, too, right? When there was a festival on the beach. But that could be because it was a festival on the beach. Could be because of that. We'll see. I'm learning a lot for anybody else who wants to try to romance Leia. Although, I have heard that the better option, obviously, is to get her up to marriage, like, status where she's the Red Heart. Get her up to Red Heart before you do the Yellow Heart event. So then that way... Just so then that way you can... You don't have to do this fighting every Tuesday. So that way when you do the Yellow Heart event, she gets released or goes back to the ocean. It's just as simple as showing her the blue feather, and then that way, bam, she's in your pond forever. So that's probably it. But I would definitely say that that's the best way to go about it. God damn it. What a waste. I tried, guys. I tried, but Leia does not want to see me. Maybe she did finally hear about all the trouble that I get into in the town. Somebody finally ratted me out. The worst. Oh, and we have had the game's attempt. We did have the game attempt 1 Winter Storm, which obviously I just bypassed. Or I reset, because I'm not about that life. I think right now I do have all the buildings that should last every storm, but I just don't like the idea of having to deal with them. Or dealing with the animals being pissed off at me because of the storm and me not being able to feed them, that I don't care. That is not my life. I don't know why I thought I was done watering. We ain't even close. I am also glad that I did not try to fish too much. Because I really don't need to fish. And I really don't need to see Leia anymore. As sad as it is, I don't need to. We're back to where the only person that we see on the daily is the Witch Princess. I think today is also the day that I need to buy chicken feed. So I can't just go to bed as soon as I'm done giving the Witch Princess gifts. I need to stick around until 11. Let's not forget, I love, though, that every time I've done a part, I'm always needing to refill the animal feed or the chicken feed. I always need to. It's one or the other. I cannot go a part without having to buy animal food and then forgetting to buy the animal food, remembering to buy the animal food, forgetting again. I think there's even been some parts where I know that I needed to do it, and I didn't do it, and then I had to do it right after the part. Either way, my animals eat too much. And we don't have to worry about buying as many medicine on the 18th when Van comes around again. Oh, I did check. For this month, I am in the clear for being able to buy the things from Van the entire month without a problem. I don't need to pre-buy, pre-plan, no nothing. I'm just in the clear. I do still kind of wish that the faster grow speed worked on the regrowth of plants. Obviously, I'm saying that because of just how many yams I need to do, especially how many more I need to do, but it would be nice. I feel like that's not too hard to ask for if you're already giving us the chance of having things be faster. I don't see a reason why the regrowth time shouldn't be affected. Cool food. And now that hasn't happened in a long ass time, me throwing the random animal feed to the ground. That hasn't happened in a while. I'm still throwing chicken feed left and right, but not the fodder. So this would definitely not be a good day for anything to crop? What am I looking for? What's the word I'm actually looking for? Proc. For anything, nothing's gonna proc today. The mushrooms aren't gonna change. The witch princess won't say I've delivered 5,000 gifts. Nothing's gonna happen in my favor today. It's just gonna be, me, YouTube, and the cows that piss me off every day. I don't know what better life you could ask for. It does still suck, though. I think I'm gonna be thinking about it for a while. That Grand Bazaar was such a good game to me up until I reached the kid. You know what? This is what I get. This is what I get. I try to be nice. I try to talk about how the cow has been nice, and then it fucks me. There, I at least didn't slam my mouse this time. God! Give me something! Alright, new YouTube comment. Will there ever be a week where I'm not pissed off at the cows? Will there? I'm done. I'm done. You know what? I don't have to use the brush. I don't have to use the brush on you fucks. And y'all have lost that. You lost that. I didn't mean to take it off. Y'all lost it. I'm done. I'm done. You lost that privilege. You suck. I wish taking a breath helped. And you know what? I don't even think I can properly blame it on my ADHD rage. I don't think I could properly blame it on that either. To be fair, after the first cow did it, I was gonna be tilted and do it wrong. I wasn't gonna do it right the rest of the day. But it's still so obnoxious. Yesterday, we got all large milk. Today, we didn't get one. Man, I really wish being able to, like, make my friends with Nina. I really wish that would have worked. I told you, I admitted this before, but I really don't participate in that event of having the stalking very often. Because one, I really don't think about it, and two, it's not something that important. It's not a big thing. Yeah, you get the disappointing dialogue from the mayor, or who, I think it's the Mayor Thomas, no matter which game. Because I think even in Friends of Mineral Town, it was still Mayor Thomas that did it. You just get the disappointing dialogue of him being like, wow, I went through all this trouble to act like Santa Claus, and I don't, and they don't have a stocking for me to give a gift to. So, I mean, you really don't lose out on anything, and the only thing that you're stuck is seeing that disappointing dialogue. But because I've never really participated in it frequently enough, I kind of hate the fact that I'm missing it now. Why? Who knows? But I kind of hate the fact that I'm missing it. We won't pass out. We have 20 times available to us. 10, 12, 14, 16. All right, never mind. We have like 18. Ooh, okay, we're doing better. We're doing better than I thought. Wait, no, have I not? Did I already? I did, okay. I was like, wait, I think I've already fed all the animals. That was my last part. We're fine. We're fine. But I sure do love pushing it. Okay, remember, we need to stay awake until at least after 11 today. So then that way we can get the chicken feed. At least 11. Oh, which will be fine because with me just doing enough to make sure that I'm gonna wake up on a good note the next day, I'm usually done giving the Witch Princess her gifts about 10, I think is the latest that I've had so far. Please. I think that's the latest. Oh, wait, I need to also buy the sprites today. So we've got a lot to do today, for once. A lot of things to distract you guys of how terrible I am with my anger. Alright guys, you back? You ready for this again? Oh my god. I know you guys enjoy this. I also, other than the fact of how easily accessible the medicine is, I do thoroughly enjoy how much shorter the dialogue is for this gift, since it is not a loved or favorited gift. We also ran out of red magic grass, if you have not been able to notice that in my inventory. We did run out of that, so we have not technically been giving her 100. And I think my last session that I did of in between recordings, I think I messed up like 4 of the medicines. I drank, I threw it, I missed. Like, it was a bad day. So we definitely have not been even close to giving her 100 for the past few days, and that does suck. But we will eventually have the toadstools again to give to her, which will help us get back on track of having 100. Obviously, other than the 3 that I am going to, or 6, other than the 6 that I'm going to turn back into seeds. I am trying to think. What is the thing that I'm trying to think of? Oh, I kind of hope that the toadstools that I get will be a lot. Because I don't know how much I'm going to get off of the log. I definitely am pretty sure we're going to get more than one, but I can be paranoid about it being just nothing. Because other than my mistake of not realizing that I needed to water the log, which, you know, was really a big mistake and big mistake and not common sense thing on my part, because fungi, wait a minute. Anyway, fungi does grow in moisturized areas. So why I didn't think about watering it well before, even though the guy didn't specifically say I needed to water, no idea. No idea. I know how fungus grows, and yet I didn't do it. Sorry, this might just be like an overstimulating day for me, because even my mouse cord is driving me nuts. It might just be one of those days. Sorry. Huh. Well, at least she moved before I got to giving her gifts. Because I kind of hate having to watch her and also watch what I'm doing here. Kind of hate it. I also really miss the amount of yams that I would have done. Even though I never saw how many I would have in my pocket, really, except for the festival days to where my sprites couldn't do anything. I do miss that. Oh, now, I have thought about not worrying about doing the third page of medicine until I got everything done, and I might actually start doing that. I might. It'll throw me a little off, but it'll be fine. Oh, so I still haven't grabbed the full stack of medicine to accidentally give to her, but I did almost grab a full stack of yams. I also feel like I may have done that in the last recording, in the last part, but I feel like I did almost grab a stack of yams or something and almost give her that when I was going in between days. Now, as much as I would... Please, as much as I would love to skip, like, a whole month, I mean, other than realistically how much time I have and how much time I want to do of my own, I think I might just go ahead and keep doing at the beginning of the month, in the middle of the month. Yeah, that kind of stuff. To where we still check at the end of the month to see how close we are with the yams. And also still do something in the middle of the month. At least when it comes to the months that we're bypassing. Now, obviously, if it's a month with animal festivals, we'll be taking the time to hit those up. Also, along with the cooking festival. We will be doing that as well. So you can at least be sure of that. When it comes to those things, that I will still be doing that until we can get a... I would really like to see a first place with my animal festivals, but I don't think that is gonna happen until I actively start taking care of my animals with the petting them with the touch glove. Because the growth of their hearts is so slow without it. Incredibly slow. So maybe I'll start doing that next year as something to do. Obviously, it's going to be too late for any of the animal festivals that are in spring. Obviously, but we could start doing it, and I might start, like, I'll probably pick one animal that already likes me the most out of the others, and just focus on that one animal. Which might be a little difficult. Because I'm not gonna know which animal it is, especially when I'm looking at a whole barn of sheep. And, well, the cows might be easy if it's the brown one. If it's not the brown one, then we're kind of screwed. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to find out who. Because the only way to find out which animal you're talking to is to talk to them, and that's when you do the pet touch glove minigame. And that's when it does affect the relationship. Because as soon as you talk to them without the glove, it does take away the points that you would get for having used the touch glove. I think I do like this better. Just letting the third page fill up with the extras. I think I do. Oh yeah, I guess we can talk to you too. Nick, welcome. See, I gotta go stand outside my house until... No, wait, not my house. Go stand outside the Sprite house until 10, and then go stand outside my house until 11. Huh. Then I almost thought that I was forgetting to take care of my trees, but the trees don't give anything for 2 months! 2 whole months we're stuck with no trees. Isn't that great? It makes so much sense. Up. And I'll just go ahead and buy out both weeks of the fishing sprites. Don't you think? I feel like that's an odd way to start that, but you do you, man. Oh god, I forgot how expensive my healing team, or my fishing team is. Oh, we're gonna need more. I'll be back. I'm gonna need more to buy them out a second time. Good god. They're so expensive. I mean, to be fair, I don't need to worry about buying out the harvest sprites until... Which they were 100. 100 times 7 would be 700, 1400. So if I did 35, that should get us started pretty good for when autumn does come back around. I don't need to worry about it then. $35. Oh, I'm so glad it did not erase the number that I got to. That would have been a little upsetting. All my fault, but a little upsetting. You can tell me that the harvest sprites are helpful all you want, but they're not. They're not. Until they actually harvest all of my plants in a day, all of my yams in a day, they are absolutely not helpful. In fact, they are the worst thing that could happen to me. The worst! I'm getting so paranoid because of how my computer crashed during stream last week. So paranoid about it. I keep looking over. I keep checking. And I shouldn't be looking over at my computer when I should be looking at you, YouTube. So I feel like I'm too far away from my keyboard. Felt like that this entire time. Poultry farm, please, because I need this. 99. Nope. We're good. Everything is taken care of. The next festival isn't until the 24th and 25th, which we won't be. I won't be worrying about having you guys see either of those because one of them is Thomas bringing me a gift in the stocking, which I can't receive. And then the other is spending time with the Witch Princess on the holiday, which we have seen. We've also been lucky and got to see what it looks like with Leia as well. Frick. So that's why it's not that big of a deal to have to see it this year. Nothing special, nothing else will happen, it's fine. If I did truly plan ahead and had been better on making friends with the girls along the way, I probably could have done a girl each year. At least of the regular girls, so then that way you guys could see what it's like. Although I have a feeling for the most part it's gonna be the same kind of stupid event where they come to your house, which you invited them to, by the way, and they're like, oh wow, there's no food because why would we cook it? And they're like, oh well, don't worry, I'll cook it. That just sounds terrible. Maybe I go to their house. You know what? It's been so long since I've tried for a regular girl in this game, or actually played this game in general. When I do play Harvest Moon DS on my DS, I tend to play the cute version over the male version. So I honestly can't remember, and I'm not gonna lie, every time that I've played the girl version, I can't not marry Sky. Which is, I think, the only special bachelor in that. The special candidate in the game. You do get a nice little feature of being able to be best friends with the... Wait a minute. No, we didn't have yams to pick today, right? I feel like I just did it yesterday. I think we're good. If I'm really, truly worried about it, when I'm done here, and I walk back into my house 4 hours later, no, like 3 hours later, I will go down there and see. And if I don't go down there, then it was never a problem. If I could just remember... How are we already tired, you bitch? If I could just remember what... If it's an even or odd day when I need to... You know what? I think it's odd days. It's odd days that I need to get my... I'll do this early. It's odd days that I collect yams, because it was the same... It was the same day that I had for the autumn, the excavation yams, and they were on odd as well. So yeah, it's odd. We're fine. We're good. I did it correctly. Because there has been some days where I'm just so focused on trying to get through the day that I will walk away from my basement with yams just waiting to be plucked, and I'll have watered and started walking out. I don't know if it's just because I'm tired of the chore of watering the yams, or what exactly, but it's definitely something. There's definitely something messing with me there. Alright, now everybody was a goddamn disappointment yesterday, so... Can't wait to be disappointed yet again. Yep, okay. Now we're gonna act like we care. Now we're gonna act like you love me. Or I'm getting the same effects. No, I'm not. This fucking cow, fuck you. Anyway. Or I'm getting the effect of Crowley in season 1 of Good Omens. Pretty sure it was season 1. Where because he threatens his plants, they grow well and look good every day. And you see them shake in fear when he's not having it. Milk better! Instead of grow better. God. Everybody remembers Good Omens season 1, right? Really disappointing that Good Omens season 3 will never happen. Really disappointing on that front. Because what makes it worse is how it ended between... And I don't mean, like, it ended as in, like, I'm trying to spoil something if you guys have not seen Season 2 of Good Omens, or if you actually never care about seeing Season 2 of Good Omens. This is not a spoiler by saying it this way, but how the season ends... There we go. I think that's the better way of doing it. How the season ends between Crowley and Aziraphale does kind of suck. But it is what it is. Some people just can't learn fast enough. Including me, with being able to get the good quality of my milk every day. I'll never learn. Oh yeah, I've also thrown out a couple of eggs at this point, which is so funny because I've walked up, watched me grab an egg, hesitate in thinking about it, and then still throwing the egg. I am the reason why nothing will get done. I am the reason why nothing will get done. Yeah, you can shake your head all you want. I do not care. We slept a long time yesterday, so it shouldn't be a problem, but here we are. You're a problem. You're a problem. It is also kind of nice to get a couple of days done during the recording, so then that way it's not as much that I have to do on my own. That is kind of the nice thing. I think I figured out why I keep not moving my chair in the correct way to be closer or feel better to my keyboard. I think I just figured out the reason why. I kept moving it in the wrong way. The 18th is the next day that I need to buy stuff, and I don't think we'll be making it there together, but I also don't need to buy as many. Medicine. I should also be making sure that I'm not buying medicines to give gifts to the Witch Princess on the days that are festivals, so then that way I'm just not wasting precious resource. Precious resource. Especially since I'm taking the time to have the fishing sprites do their job. I am really, truly waiting for the day to where I can just go straight to bed in the morning after taking care of the yams in my basement, because there will be sprites supposedly to take care of my animals. That's also something that I think would be kind of nice to have changed. That, like, if you want help from the sprites earlier, like, if I could have them taking care of the animals right now, that would be amazing. But I wish there was an option that I could be like, hey, you can take care of everything, or I would like you to not do... Or I'd like you to not do something. Give us some... It would be kind of nice if they could give us some options, but I also don't know how much that would affect the AI. Or, not the AI. Affect the computer. The NPC stuff and jobs. I don't know how much that would affect it and how much more there would need to be coding for it as well. Motherfuck. See, this isn't a good day. This just absolutely isn't a good day. Can I just blame how windy it is? I mean, it sounds windy to me. What does cut through to my headphones to me? And I'm pretty sure you guys aren't hearing any of it, but it does really suck. Actually, I really can't blame anything. I do think it truly depends on the day for a lot of games and a lot of things, how they work for you. It's not just like having a positive attitude either. Yeah, I kind of... It's really hard for me to super 100% agree with people that are like, oh yeah, if you just have a positive attitude, it'll change your whole day. I don't think that that works all the time, and maybe it's because my brain is different than a lot of the people I hear that kind of stuff from, but that's why I find it hard to believe. So I may just be talking from my own experience and from my own brain standpoint. Hey, you know what though? If it works, if being a little bit more positive about things helps, that's great. I know that it is a good idea to not always be bashing yourself, putting yourself down with words, because then you really... Oh, she wants to move. Because you really start to believe it. And the same thing can kind of go for a lot of things. You can trick your brain into believing things if you continue to reaffirm it in your head. I do agree with that 100%. So, like, being nicer to yourself does make a difference. Now, I'm not gonna say, like, still being, like, 100% positive through a lot of bad shit or just a really bad day can truly help it turn around. I still don't believe in that, but I do believe in the process of being nicer to yourself. Dang it! Being nicer to yourself and not saying so many negative things about yourself does help trick your brain into believing less about the negative comments that you would make about yourself. I do believe in that. That does work. I'm pretty sure that's also, like, one of the first main therapy tools that they probably do in therapy. I can't truly say if that's something, because honestly, I think it's been like, I think it has been 5 years since I did anything like that to help. It's been 5 years, so it may have changed. I also can't say that I 100% enjoyed the therapist that I had. I felt like there was still some pretty big disconnects with things happening at the time outside of my life that did affect how things ran or how things felt in the brain. It's really hard to explain it. People who have probably gone to therapy and have been through a couple of therapists themselves would probably easily agree that sometimes it isn't just a you show up, you get one, and it just works. That, as nice of a system as that would be, it doesn't work like that all the time. That is why there are so many different therapists out there, because even with the like kind of all-around generalized therapy that they get, there are still that just do better in certain aspects. There are. Like the same thing of therapists having doctors. You know, doctors having the same thing as well. It's like specializes. Therapists have the same thing too. And where I live, I don't, at the time, like I said, 5 years ago. Motherfucker! 5 years ago. Just hand her the fucking gift! Sorry. Take a breath. It may not really help, but take a breath. Oh, today's not the 18th. We're fine. Oh my god. Yeah, so even with therapists, it's not a one can do all for everybody. And I think back then, 5 years ago, to be fair, I also didn't really look too much into it. I think I kind of went with... When I went to do it, it was more of a... kind of first come, first serve, basically the first one that I could get into at the time that worked best for me. So I think that's part of the reason why, like, it kind of worked, but it also kind of didn't. Which is, I think, the whole reason why, when I was kicked out of the system, our system's dumb here as well. When I was kicked out of the system because I went on a vacation that was over, like, a month long, I had no plans on going back because of that. Not because of, like, just being kicked out of the system, but because in a way it felt like it really wasn't doing a whole heck of a lot for me, I guess is the best way to put it. It happens. But that is also the reason why that there are so many different therapists out there. And if you are somebody who is looking for one, don't be ashamed if it takes you 1, 2, 3 tries to find somebody who will actually fit what you need and help you out. Do not be afraid. Or do not be... Don't be... Oh, why is it so hard to think of the words that I want to think of when I'm talking to you guys? Don't let the fact that one therapist didn't work well with you diminish your attempt to get help if you really need help. There we go. That's the best I'm gonna do. I actually do get on random ass topics on these days where I don't have anything going on. Beyond me. We will not get mad for the rest of this recording. We will not get mad. Everything will work out fine. It is not the game's fault. It is user error. Cause, like, really, honestly, there's so many sound cues and so many visual cues that let me know that I'm not pressing things too fast, losing the timing to, you know, keep this up, this pattern that I have going. There's so many things. And the worst part is, too, is that when I do have those moments where I'm just holding the yam above my head instead of putting it into my pocket immediately, I couldn't even tell you right now if I did actually hit the button or if I didn't. Couldn't tell you. And I do kind of blame the fact of how much I've been doing it, that my brain just turns off. Just turns off when I see the yams there. I'm just like, well, time to shut things down and just mindlessly collect yams for a little bit. It's great. Stop running into the building. I think that's also the reason why I've always, even when I'm wanting to quit a game that has daily chores, I guess is the best way to put it. Daily missions, daily tasks. But in all hindsight, it's daily chores. The reason why it's hard for me to stop doing those daily chores for a while is because it gives me a sense of schedule, a sense of normalcy. It just helps keep things kind of in track. Like, even now, when I set up for recordings, when I set up for streams, and everything like that, it has its own set schedule. It has its own beats. I kind of have in my head about the time that I should be doing it, about the time that I should be done. We won't get mad. I think I'm gonna change it up. I used to watch, like, where I was rubbing the cow and the timer and how much score I have. I'm gonna stay focused on the cow and just see it out of the corner of my eye when it switches to medium to large. Because good thing is, there's a big difference between the letters. So I can still do it, and I think that will help me. Because I think my problem is that when I would actually look away from the cow to see what I'm doing, or to see how I'm doing with the size of milk and how many points I still need to reach the large, I think that is what has been screwing me up. Or maybe I just finally took enough breaths. Who knows? I've let the tension go. Not really. My shoulders are relaxed. Definitely not. Why am I doing this first? I'm the worst. Oh, because I'm looking at Pokemon names of my animals again. If you guys came to watch the stream or watched the VODs of me playing Pokemon Legends Zaw, I have not gone back to it. Not even to try to get a shiny Absol. I haven't gone back to it. I just have had zero ambition to do so. I got the original Pokedex done and completed, and I do not care about completing the DLC one. No care whatsoever. I think we just finally hit the bad fatigue. The music changed just a tiny bit to give me that clue. Even though, obviously, when you teleport like that, your character doesn't show you where you are in the stamina and fatigue until you pull something out of your pocket or use a tool afterward. But that quick little change in sound was all the information I needed to know that I was in a bad spot. Which, to be fair, I already knew that I was going to be in a bad spot anyway. Did I make sure to put the second fishing sprite team at the beach? I think I did. You know, I think I did. I think we're fine. Alright, let's not drink 2 medicines today. Because I think with the little bit that I sit in the spring anyway, I don't even think I needed 2 medicines to get back up to 100. Pretty sure the 1 would have done it, so good job. The other thing that I started to do, especially when I drink the medicine instead of handing it to her, I just start mashing the button to talk to her. So then that way, even if I hit it too soon, I should still give her the gift before accidentally drinking it. Because that's part of the problem that I definitely have with all this repetitiveness, is that I swear I have the timing down of how to of when to give gifts, of when to hold down the button to speed up the dialogue, of when to pick the yam, put it in, move, pick the yam, put it in, move. But I'm not 100% great at keeping the timing. It was also, you know, it was honestly the same way. Actually, no. As long as I could see the conductor, I was always very good about keeping in time with music. But that's because I have somebody to look at to keep it in time. And for me, for instance, giving these gifts, I'm not looking long enough. I don't look long enough to make sure that all the actions are working in accordance as they should. In the pattern that they should, in the time that I have feeling in my chest. It don't work. I think it definitely works a lot better for me because of how well how good I am, how good I used to be with playing my, with me playing my flute and everything. Like, I knew that I was very good at it. And again, I'm one of the lucky people too that can actually read music. I can read it. I just can't tell you what note I'm hearing. Nope, that's not the talent I got. The talent I got was reading the music, which is so crazy because I think when it comes to musicians, I want to say it's probably with the ones that make a living out of it are the only ones that can 100% do all the things that comes with being a musician, compared to some people who did it just in school, do it for a hobby, just like to play on their own. The ones who make a living out of it are the ones who can read, are the ones who can listen to notes, know the note, listen to sounds, know when it's flat and when it's sharp. Like, they're the ones that know everything. While the ones that are like me, that played it during school, enjoyed it, had a great time, got good grades, you know, did well, only could do a part of it. And it's actually kind of weird to hear how many of my friends and family have admitted to me that they wish that they could read the music like I could. They can't read music, but they can play their instrument of their choosing. They can figure out the notes and everything just fine, but they just can't read the music like I can. It's so weird how it works. I also really hate the idea of composing music. That being, I think I had to do that for like a 9th grade thing. And then I think I had to do it maybe one more time in high school. Fucking hated it. Worst time of my life with them asking me to compose something. Absolutely did not want any part of that. I also do love, by the way, that some of the original work that I turned in, and I say that with quotations for a reason, the original work that I turned in for some of my English classes was basically fanfics. Following the same plot line, using honestly a lot of the same characters from things, but adding in like my own character to it, to the mix. Now, I probably feel way more confident about doing something that isn't just based around a fanfic setting. So I would feel way more confident with writing my own original thing now, especially with some of the things that I end up dreaming of, which sucks because a lot of the things that I wake up to, I'm like, this would be kind of cool for a book idea. I have tried writing it down before, like in my phone or something, just like taking it down when I'm in between waking up and going back to bed kind of thing. Never worked. When I look at that, notes or anything the next morning, or even if I bothered to look at it at any point soon, I'm like, what the hell was I on? Because none of it makes sense, and the worst part is that I think I've had maybe 2 or 3 dreams like that I really would have liked to try to make my own thing off of, but I never got anywhere with it, and now if I try to think about it, I absolutely don't remember a damn thing about it. So I hate it because like those few dreams that actually made me sit there and go, man, maybe I should write something on that. I never did. And now it's just lost. Forever and ever. One off. And I ruined it. There was one day, like how I drank those 2 medicines, I have kind of thought about possibly doing, like, giving her milk. Giving her something else that's in my inventory that's not my yams, to give her as a gift to make up for the ones that I screwed up. But I'm also like, no, it's not that big of a deal, because unless I do more, like mess up more than 7 times in a day, I'm still giving her more gifts than I had projected per day to get her up to 10,000 in a year. I'm still giving her more. So it's not that big of a deal. I almost screwed that gift up. I almost drank it. Double tap. Double tap. Okay, now we're back in the rhythm. So yeah, I feel like if I had somebody to look at to help me keep in rhythm and in time with giving these gifts, I could probably do it 100% without losing it. But because I'm just going off of my own feeling and my own brain, it doesn't work out that great all the time. So that's how quickly the days are looking now. I think they are still just a tiny bit faster than what they used to be when I was taking care of the excavation site, but it's still better than what it was. Do we get to keep this day? We do. Today is buying gifts from the dude. There is no event between here and now, so when I do go buy things from Fan, if I remember, I only need 5-4. But that is gonna be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed just some daily chores and a lot of talking. A lot of random talking. Hopefully you enjoyed it all. Let me know if you think I can have one day of not being mad at cows, when the wool will be done, and I guess when the Witch Princess will be done. I feel like we should get the Witch Princess done by the end of summer. That's what I think. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you. Hopefully you enjoyed this part. I will obviously be doing another part next week, but it will be at the beginning of spring. Oh, I also said I was gonna do, like, check the crops here. 4 cabbage seeds we can do. Tomato seeds are good. Pineapple seeds. Alright, so I failed at the cabbage seeds. So we'll do cabbage seeds and pineapple seeds, and I'll probably do them at the excavation site as well, because I think that will help us out. Sorry. Aha! The weather keeps changing and it bothers my nose so much. Okay. Anyway. With how things keep changing with that, I think I might put the cabbage and the pineapple in the excavation site, and maybe I can get, well, I don't need to really worry about the pineapples. The pineapples should still be good. We'll be level 4. Maybe I can squeeze in 2 things of the cabbage by putting it at the excavation site, so that way everything can be level 4 by the end of this next year. Hopefully. Even the trees. I think the trees are at it too. They should be level 4 as well. So, thanks again, guys, for all your support with these videos, whether it's liking, commenting, sharing, or subscribing. Especially if you guys like it, please subscribe. I appreciate your support. Thank you, love you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next part. Bye!